How do BASIS schools graduate the world's best prepared American students? Well, first, we study how others excel. Here in America, in Asia, in Europe, and around the globe. We go to the best and brightest. We learn what these schools do right, and we learn how we can do it better. And then we put it in practice as the BASIS curriculum. Sounds great, but does it work? Well, the world's greatest authority proves BASIS academic excellence, the OECD test for schools based on PISA. PISA is the Program for International Student Assessment. It's a test taken around the world by 15-year-old students. PISA tells which schools and countries educate students to be best prepared for their futures. So what does best prepared mean? Well, PISA doesn't test rote knowledge. Memorizing facts alone won't get students a high score. It assesses problem-solving skills and critical thinking. To do well, students need to think beyond the boundaries of individual subjects and see how they relate to each other in a real-world problem-solving context. So how did BASIS do? Incredibly well. BASIS Scottsdale ranked in the top 1% of the world's schools in math and reading, and the top 5% in science. BASIS Tucson North ranked in the top 5% of the world's schools in math, reading, and science. And while PISA showed a large percentage of American middle-class high schools lagging behind similar schools in Singapore, Finland, Korea, and Germany, BASIS students were an exception. The average 15-year-old BASIS student outperformed the average US student by nearly 3 years in reading and science and 4 years in math. And scores show that BASIS students outperform the average school from the top-ranked region, Shanghai, China, by a significant margin. It's no wonder why BASIS was featured in the New York Times best-selling book, The Smartest Kids in the World and How They Got That Way. The author looked at high-performing schools around the world and found that BASIS was one of the only American schools that had a similar approach to learning. So what did we learn? Well, PISA testing confirmed principles on which BASIS was founded, that with the right course of study and educational environment, all motivated children can achieve academic excellence. And above all, we confirmed it's the quality of the teacher in the classroom, not the size of the class, that really counts. So how are BASIS teachers different from all other teachers? Well, BASIS only recruits great teachers. Teachers who have deep content knowledge, who love kids, and who have a passion for what they teach. Because of their teachers, BASIS students excel in both content-driven exams like the APs, as well as problem-solving analytical thinking tests like PISA. Their teachers light a fire in the heart, mind, and soul of every child. They help them carve out their own path so they can succeed in college and make their way in the adult world. BASIS Independent Schools. Education redefined.